जाकिर भाई हम सबके इंस्पिरेशन थे, हैं और रहेंगे। बहुत बड़ा बहुत बड़ा लॉस है ये, इरिपेरेबल लॉस है। परवरदिगार ने उनको बहुत अच्छा हाथ दिए थे, उसी के साथ उनके जो थे वो इलेक्ट्रीफाइंग उनका ब्रेन था, उनका सोल जो था बहुत ही ट्यूनफुल और रिदम में भी रिदमिक था, और उनका दिल जो था वो बहुत ही बेहतरीन था। उस दिल से उन्होंने लाखों लोगों के दिल जीते, मैं तो बोल सकता हूँ करोड़ों लोगों के दिल जीते उन्होंने। भारत के सबसे मशहूर संगीतज्ञ थे।
I think he is definitely India's shining star who brought so much light about Indian percussion and classical music in the world. It is a deep loss and I feel sad even though I am not a percussionist, but as a musician I used to adore him. I used to look up to him. He has been one of the brightest treasure that India has ever produced. We have to accept this loss with much sadness, but I wish all the musicians and all his followers to see his message of peace through his music. All the talking that he did through his fingers on his instrument, the tabla, I think haven't heard anyone who could play melodious tabla like him.
First reaction तो जैसे पूरी दुनिया में है, it's of shock. I did not know him personally, but I've met him a few times. And my closest connection to him is through Boston because I live in Boston. I'm a resident of Boston. There is an organization called MITHAS, which is MIT Heritage of Arts of South Asia. And Zakir Hussain Sahab, Ustadji served on the board from the founding times, which is about 40 years ago. So तब से हमारा connection है. He has performed in Boston. Artist तो वो थे ही. I'm a musician, तो उस तरह से तो मैं, I'm very connected to that. But he was a very good man, from the way he appeared on stage, from the way he spoke to his fellow artists. जितने भी छोटे या बड़े कलाकार हों, उनकी और उनका जो एटीट्यूड था, with such respect and kindness, he was very approachable. And उस्ताद तो वो थे ही, beyond his years. तो मेरे को लगता है कि वो he left us when he was just approaching his peak, I think.
This is the darkest day in the Indian music scenario, and we have lost one of the greatest maestros of not just Indian music but global music. He is the person who has actually redefined the boundaries of Indian classical music and brought global fame to it, global recognition. And not just about his own contributions, but he has actually inspired generations, at least 2 generations. And what seemed to be like a boring, concert or performance was completely, the definition of watching a concert, especially a classical concert, in tabla and percussions. See, at least melody we can understand, but that's what Dr. Zakir Hussain actually brought. Ustad Zakir Hussain brought a complete refreshing change. And to not to forget mentioning that he also endorsed a commercial product. And previous to that, as far as my knowledge goes, I don't remember if any musician per se has actually been a brand ambassador for a big, a very popular commercial brand. And that's the kind of style, attitude, and also contribution that we can see what he has made to the entire music domain of the South Asian music domain, and brought so much of global recognition to all of us, apart from all his contributions to, for getting the Grammy Awards and being a composer for so many movies, especially the movie like Little Buddha and all.